WeatherWords is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day on Thursday the 8th. And if you're like everyone else, just going outside and taking a deep breath will make you start choking. I'm lucky that doesn't bother me, but people that have any kind of respiratory condition, any kind of heart problems, people with dry eye, it's just miserable out here. Yesterday was actually better than the day before, because the day before the hill over the valley here disappeared 3 times and you couldn't even tell where you were. Yesterday, it was all blue haze all day long, and it was windy. And the big thing about all this is this actually June? We've had temperatures of 66, 64. Yesterday was 63. And the projection for today is supposed to be maybe 62. It was warmer in April. In fact, we had some warmer in March than we've been having right now. This is really extremely cold for this time of the year. It's also extremely dry. I don't understand the National Weather Service not saying we're under drought conditions. If you look at any rock in your lawn, it's like everything around it looks dead. We still have trees that don't have leaves on them. This is a very, very strange situation that I've never seen. But if you look at the sun when it comes up, it looks like a blob of orange. In fact, yesterday morning at about 9:30, there was orange sunlight shining through my window. And I said, in earth science, I would suddenly say the sun has aged 4 billion years in 2 days' time. Of course, that's not what happened. Anytime you put dust in the air like what we're breathing in, there's only 3 things that can do that. One would be a volcano. One would be what we were suffering right now, are forest fires. And believe it or not, in Canada right at the moment, there are 497 fires that are burning, and 280, some of them are uncontained. And they said there's really no way of putting them out. So just because we're going to see air improve here for a while, it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. So we'll have to see what happens later on. We could go through this again, maybe for weeks. The other thing that'll do it, meteorite impact. You know what? We don't need any of those. We don't need the forest fires either. You can't really blame Canada. But again, they've taken all this and they say, oh, look what global warming has done. You know what? This planet gets about 3 million lightning strikes every single day. And most of these fires were not started by people setting them. You know what? You take a drought condition like we've been having, and Canada's been having the same, and you suddenly lightning strike a tree in the middle of a big forest, and guess what? You have a fire. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. And that was the thing I told my earth science students for all those years I taught. Wait, it will happen again. So we've had smoke before. If you were around when the fires were in the Virginias a number of years back, the difference is it smelled like hardwood burning. What's burning up there in Canada are all pine trees and everything else, and that makes it even worse because you know what happens if you throw a pine log in your wood stove. Please don't, because you'll probably set fire to your house, but they're very flammable. And if they said right now the conditions up there in Canada show no major rain in the forecast, possibly for weeks. So nothing's going to put those fires out. Anyway, it looks like coming up for us, we might get to the low 70s on Sunday. And then next week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they have showers for 3 days. And they said maybe up to an inch. You know what? That's almost 3 times what we've had in the past 4.5 weeks. So I'll take it. I'm back to watering my garden again. This is sort of ridiculous at this point, but have we been dry before? Oh yeah. Believe it or not, at one point, might have been 20 years ago or so, we were 11.5 inches behind for the entire year. And you talk about things looking dead. Oh yeah, they did. But you notice nature's really magnificent. Look around you. Somehow it always manages to come back. Some of these trees may not be fully leaved probably till July. But you know what? Nature's amazing. Don't breathe too deeply if you don't have to. They say if you're having conditions, stay in the house. Of course, they said start your air conditioner. It's not going to go anywhere because the outside temperature is so cold it's not going to turn itself on. But they say don't expose yourself if you don't have to. Have a good one.
To subscribe or advertise, call 607-464-4009.